from the lighter side of pest control. This is the Tales from the Crawl Space podcast with your hosts, Jack and Brad.
Take this job and shoot it! Deeper.
Yeah, we're back. In case you haven't forgotten about us already, let me remind you who we are. It's like, welcome once again to Tales from the Crawl Space podcast. I, of course, am your Hoosier host, Brad Harvey, and across the miles and across the vertical smiles is one and only, we know him. To know him is to love him, Jack Starry. Jack, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, my friend. I'm still happily reeling from last week, and it was awesome. And I do like me a vertical smile. Ain't nothing like a crack in a smile. That's what
you ain't wrong, buddy. Man, it's just like there is nothing like a nice savory clam to get your weekend going. So you know what? I for one, I feel like I speak for Jack when I say that I am freaking overjoyed to be back behind the mic and in front of the camera to just totally bullshit and fuck around with all of our 14 listeners.
Yeah, that's right. We did get an extra one.
Mm-hmm.
So hot damn.
Yeah. So we're pretty much both kind of reeling and licking the wounds of the previous weekend's event that was Cheesestock 2025. And god damn, I had a great time, and I hope everybody that deigned us with their August presence at Stately Harvey Manor also had a good time. Stately Harvey. Not just Harvey Manor, fucking it's Stately Harvey Manor.
Goddamn right it is.
Yeah, fucking A. So we dined on white people tacos. We had a great time. Much bourbon was drank, and much other things were enjoyed as well. So I'll just leave it at that. But the most enjoyable thing was the fellowship and the good conversation.
Still recovering. That's what Brandy says.
Yeah, Brandy, that ain't no lie. And here I am needing to go back to the chat thing. So Jack, give a little bit of a thing that what we all did on that weekend.
Oh man, it was fantastic. We started out Friday going to Bynum's. We all piled in my truck and my crew cab. Y'all were kind of stuck there in the back because my tall ass in the front. But
I man-spreaded like no other.
Yeah, you had the meat and the veg hanging out there, so it was lovely. Got to Bynum's, had a massive prime rib, gorgeous prime rib. Although Russell did eat the whole thing, he was suffering afterwards.
Oh yeah,
big time.
Suffering. Yeah. I might have had played a small role in that, Jack, because you all were prior to our departure to Bynum's, you all enjoyed a nice glass of iced tea at my house.
Mm-hmm.
Unbeknownst to all of you all, it was sweetened with erythritol.
Oh, I thought maybe you roofied Russell.
No, I didn't roofie Russell. No, if I roofied Russell, he would have had more. He would have had more going in than he did coming out.
With some little extra meat going in.
That's right. Yeah. You think that prime rib was thick and hearty? Just wait. Baby. No. I should have mentioned that erythritol does have that kind of effect on every different people. But damn it, it's the closest thing to sugar there is out there. So sometimes it's a risk you're willing to take.
No, it was good stuff, but I polished mine off as per usual. We left there, got back to the hotel and ordered an Uber, and got over to was it Main Street? Main Event
Lounge.
Grill. And ordered bucket after bucket after bucket of Coronas with lime.
Lost count.
I know. And then they started doing karaoke. So we belted it out doing karaoke. I did a couple songs, and Brad did a couple original songs to the tunes of your popular songs. He did a pest control version of Sober by Tool, and another pest control version of The Spirit of Radio by Rush. And it was fan-fucking-tastic. And Brad popped his karaoke cherry.
I did. Yeah, it was the first time I ever did karaoke. I couldn't freaking believe it. I was seeing people come because I had this idea that people go in karaoke and just really let themselves go. But what I found out was people were just had the same stick in their asses that they always did. They get up there and I can't get no satisfaction. And I was like, what the fuck are you guys doing up there? So I got up there and I was like, all right, folks, this is my own fucking original lyrics. Let's do this. And, oh, God, it was great. It was fucking great. And, of course, towards the end of the evening, Jack and I joined together in a in our rendition, our tribute to the late Ozzy Osbourne of War Pigs from Black Sabbath. And Jack hit it with him. Hit him with it. Come on.
Oh, Lord.
There you go. That's right. He was the oh, Lord, yeah guy. And, it was fucking awesome. God, what a night, man. I had such a blast. And, I think Jack and I really needed it.
Yeah. Oh, God. Like I said, I've been taking a beat these past few months. So
yeah,
I definitely needed it.
Mm-hmm. I think, I tried to hold up my end as good friend to Jack, for, through this whole thing. So I'm glad to see that he's starting to crawl out from the other side now. So Jack, love you, man.
I love you too, brother. I'm trying, man. I am. But so Saturday, we gathered at Stately Harvey Manor, had some fantastic fucking white people tacos, both carnitas and ground beef one. All the trimmings with it. Fantastic. Had both hard shell and soft shell. I ate my fill, and we got settled up for the what do you call it? The chaos that was that was the show. So it was great. It was great. But that's how last week went. And I brought you a birthday present and a surprise.
You did. Yes,
and the birthday present was the bourbon. It was the Old Volstead.
Oh, Old Volstead bourbon. I ain't touching that tonight. I'm saving that for the. But what I would like to do is introduce the surprise.
Yeah.
Okay, Cheesestock. One of our things that we like to do is people bring bourbon in and we taste it and stuff. We did that. We had other things out on the deck to taste later after the show, but we won't get into that. But Jack gave me this. I said, "Oh no, this is going right back into my bar right now. It's not seeing the light of day until tonight." And what we have here is Laird's Straight Applejack 86. This is 100% apple brandy made in the rolling hills of Virginia by Laird and Company, who've been doing this shit since 1780. And there's a few people in our industry that were probably around when this was made. Like Dr. Austin Frischman, Jerry Shapper. Chopin was probably there. They probably got to taste the first bit out of the cask. So I have not had any of this yet. So tonight's the night. So let me get my trusty.
Well, while you get loaded up there, I've been reminded by Adrian here in the chat to not forget the beautiful birthday poem that you got, because Russell recited an epically sensual birthday poem for Brad.
When Russell broke into it, and I knew it was going to be a classic, because the first thing he would out of his mouth was, "Your name tastes like sin." I was like, okay, I am in for a fucking Kings Island ride like no other. And he did not disappoint. Russell, God damn it, I love you. And and if the sore ass that you had when you went back to your house wasn't any indication of that, I don't know what to tell you. Oh man, this reeks of fresh apples.
Good.
This is my God. This is it's got there's apples, there's just a little bit of oak in it, and here we go. There's the apple.
Uh-huh.
A little bit of caramel, not too sweet. Got a little bit of a bite, but it's a good kind of bite. It's almost like somebody moved from Kentucky to Virginia and started making this. This is good stuff. Jack, this is really good. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
I've got some fresh apple cider in the refrigerator. from Anderson Orchards that we picked up. I may put a little, maybe later on after the show, I'll put a little splash in there, kind of see if we can kind of, bring, see what that brings. But
yeah,
man, this is delicious. Thank you.
Good. My pleasure. My pleasure. But yeah, Russell's poem, definitely chub worthy. I would think
it was. I think even women were getting chubs when they were hearing it. They were getting those female erections.
In the clitanus.
In the clitanus. That's right. The clitanus.
The clitanus, because, it's my penis that was kind of all excited for you. I was living vicariously through your poem. So.
Oh, yeah. It was a night to barely remember. Yes.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Yeah, let's just say, once we got back, once the show was over and we got on the deck, we were all transported back to the late 1970s.
Yeah, I was a bystander for that, but
you were a contact recipient. Yeah,
good stuff.
Yeah. So I want to thank everybody personally. I want to thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Russell. Thank you, Scotty. God damn it! I finally got to meet you and Russell. Thank you, James. Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Jack. Thank you. Thank you to everybody who made it there. But most of all, thank you to my beautiful bride, Ellen, for
most definitely
for coordinating all of this. And I still haven't told her she's got something coming, Jack. So looking forward to that.
She did an amazing job with all the prep and all the hard work she did. It was fantastic. It really
God, Jack, she started so fucking early on it. It was amazing.
That one's a national treasure, just like she's up there with Dolly Parton, the way I see it.
Oh, don't start with Dolly Parton, man.
Oh, come on. Anyway. She's a national treasure.
No, she's not a goddamn national treasure. She's a fucking slave holder. But anyway, you notice my lack of hat. My lack of hat is off to Ellen. So anyway. All right. Okay. So let's take this topic and shove it and get on what we're doing.
Deeper.
Yeah, we got a bunch of stories both on Facebook on the post I put, and I realized that I can't do a video to get stuff for a post because people don't watch videos. Their attention span is so short that if I just put a text thing up saying, hey, what was your blah, 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 people actually answer that. So I'm going to stop with the videos for it, except for social media, the other social media. But I'm going to go on Facebook on the Depot. I'm just going to post a text thing. So
there you go.
The question was, what's the most creative or most petty way you've quit a job? And I don't know if you noticed on the social media post of the brown sludge dripping onto the windshield of the car. Did anybody see that one? I know you saw it, Brad.
Oh yes, I did. Totally. And I kind of enjoyed that. Kind of brought back some memories of the day after Cheesestock.
Well, I tell you, that was for when I shit on the windshield of my former boss's vehicle.
That's right.
He left it behind the office, so I got up there on the hood and I squatted down and I busted ass all over that windshield, man.
Oh man! And were you? Was it a metformin even then?
It was a chocolate oatmeal.
Chocolate, right? Yeah.
Little chunky, little.
Nothing comes out of you like a good metformin dump.
That's right. But so. If anybody was wondering what the social media thing was about, that was a throwback to that. So people who've been listening know what I was talking about when I did that. Now, Jason Roy had a little short one. He said, "It texted my boss on his vacation saying Friday's my last day," which I kind of like because the asshole's not going to be at the office to be able to do anything about it. So he's kind of, and it ruins his vacation. So if you quit, that motherfucker obviously did something that you didn't like. So he had his hands full.
Oh, hell yeah. Damn.
Billy Thomas said, years ago, I was an assistant manager at Burger King. It was a very crappy franchise, and we had persistent issues with employees not showing up. People were constantly getting hired and either never showing up at all or working one shift, and then we'd never hear from them again. Good people were often forced to be clocked out and go on break if the lunch rush was not busy enough to cover the percentage of payroll they wanted. Third Sunday morning in a row, I was there to open, and my opener did not show up. I called everyone who I thought might come in, and none of them would answer the phone, and I didn't blame them. I was so sick of the whole thing, I wrote a note for the manager, who I knew would be in a few hours for inventory, left my key on the desk, and walked out via the self-locking door. Rolled out, leaving a restaurant empty.
Oh, shit, yeah. That he had it his way that day.
Yeah, he most certainly did.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Yeah. My favorite departure from a job. It was, went for pest control. I used to work the line at the Courtyard by Marriott up here in Indianapolis, and they had a really cool boss, really cool kitchen manager at the time. She was awesome. We our pregame for the dinner rush would be go behind the dumpster and get high, and everything was cool. We'd slam out the food, everybody was happy, yada yada, and then they hired this assistant that was just one of these, tight ass, by the book pieces of shit, right? D Moore. I'll never fucking forget her. And so we called her Cool Ho D. And but she just drove us all nuts. Well, the cool chick quit. This lady took over. And she was just like, just always up our ass, right?
Right.
Regardless of anything. It's like, why are you cooking that steak medium? It's supposed to be medium rare. I said, read the fucking ticket. It's like, well, it says medium. Yeah, I know. I'm cooking it medium. You told me to cook. You said, why am I cooking? Yeah, and it's just, but it's like, go grab a mop, Brad. It's like, fuck you. And then, what she didn't realize was this was a part-time gig for me. I had a full-time gig at another restaurant down the road. And so I was like, I waited until 2 waitresses called in sick. The dishwasher called in, and the fry guy called in. And I was like, and I just got in there, and she goes, so-and-so's, she's quick. Daphne called in sick. Amy called in sick. Corey called in sick. It's just you and me. I said, no, it's not D. It's just you. I said, because I'm out of here. And she looks at me. She goes, well, that's really shitty. I was like, fucking deal with it, man. Turn around.
You've been shitty the whole fucking time, Sam.
That's right.
How do you like it?
So I did. I walked down the road, popped into the restaurant that I worked a full-time gig. I said, how you guys doing? And they're like, we suck, man. We got a guy out. I said, let me throw an apron on and get on the fryer. So I was freaking making $1 more an hour over there. So it's like I ended up still working the shift. My paycheck was not affected. It was affected positively. But and then I come home. I told Ellen what had happened. She's like, "Good for you, man." Like, yeah,
that's awesome.
But, yeah.
Good old Ellen.
Oh God, right?
She's the sweetest lady on the planet. I swear she is.
Oh my God, it's like go drop a line to the Vatican, get her canonized already.
I'm working on it. On it. Stephen Winger says, many years ago, I was running a fumigation crew, driving the tent truck and managing the crew. I was promised a raise after a year, and they tried me with a 10-cent per hour nibble of the carrot. The next day, I'd talked the entire crew into a mutiny at the first of 6 tents going up and 5 coming down. We called 2 cabs to the job, left the diesel truck running in the ghetto, and hung all of our company shirts on the doors, and off we went. Heard it was pure and utter chaos. Another time I was running a kitchen at a beach bar and grill, and they kept fucking miscounting hours somehow, and the paycheck was under several times. Told them they better get it right the next paycheck, because if I had enough of their shit, and next paycheck was around $200 short. So in the middle of a Saturday night rush, me being the only guy in the kitchen because the other dude called out, I threw all the mahi tuna, grouper, and every steak I could fit on the grill and walked out. Bartender told me they didn't even know until the smoke was barreling from the kitchen. 2 big old middle fingers to both those assholes.
Oh, fuck, no doubt. Man, 2 middle fingers down there. God.
Awesome.
Wow. I don't appreciate the waste of grouper, but I do appreciate the sentiment.
Oh my girl, my back has been bugging me so much lately, it just won't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop. Just kidding. Sounds like a real pain.
You know, it's been a real pain lately, trying to find anything relatable to listen to while I'm working.
Girl, I got the answer for this one. Pestrogen Podcast. It's a pest control podcast, but with a lady twist. It's fun, laughable, and will make you say, yep, get that.
That sounds so awesome. So, where can I find this at?
Anywhere. We got the YouTube, anywhere where you get your usual podcasts, and they have a Facebook page for ladies in the pest industry only.
Sold!
You can catch the Pestrogen Podcast videocast exclusively on YouTube and listen to the audio version on Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Audible, or wherever your favorite podcasts are currently crawling around. Pestrogen Podcast, because when it comes to pests and podcasts, we know how to bug you just right.
No, I don't. I love me some mahi. So
I do like I like mahi. I like man. There's not anything that swims in the water that I won't eat.
I'll let the mermaids know.
That's right. Yeah. Let's say I gotta get those two tail fins apart first.
Gotta get there in the cloaca.
That's right. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, the mermaids hit the sea. It's like they never was able to get the smell on the fish, did they?
Now speaking of getting all excited about something, Miss Candace Renee had a comment here. She goes, "I was a waitress and I switched shifts with another waitress, but the manager said I couldn't for no reason and offered me no explanation. So I waited until 4:55 p.m. that Friday night before my shift was supposed to start. Bless you.
Thank you.
To call and tell them that not only was I not coming in, but that I quit. It was on such short notice that they didn't have any backup, and it was a Friday night."
Oh, that's the
right.
best fucking time to dip, man.
Run around, fuckers.
That's right. Yeah, yeah. Have a good time, man. It's like, name the blisters after me.
Let's see another well-known and well-loved personality from PCHD and the Pestrogen podcast, Miss Candace Nordquist, said, "I worked for EVS for a casino. I was 19. Managers started giving me half shifts and maybe 15 hours a week. I asked, what the fuck? She said, others here have bills to pay and need more hours. I told her just because I was the youngest one there means I didn't have my own bills. She scoffed at me. One of the girls waiting to clock in looked super tired. I asked her if I could take her shift for the day. She was excited to give it to me. She told the manager I was taking her shift. I told the manager I was going to go home and get into uniform, but I would be back in time for the shift. I called the girl and told her what I was about to do and to not answer her phone. She agreed to not answer. I came back with all my uniforms, dirty as hell, and threw them on her desk and told her I quit. Manager was instantly on the phone to the girl trying to get her to come back, and she wouldn't answer. I still get dirty looks if I see her, if I go into that casino. Good. I hope that bitch has to eat shit every time she looks at you.
Oh, good God. You gotta love that. And the nasty looks when you go back in are classic. I quit one job at a place called Damon's. It was a swanky rib joint, basically, is what you could call it. Famous for their onion loaf. It's like where they would take floured up onion slices and cram them in a fry basket and deep fry them so they all glued together. Turn them upside down on a plate, throw some sauce on it. It was the precursor to the bloomin' onion. And while quite delicious, a massive pain in the ass to prepare. So yeah, they were like trying to groom me for management, and then I got to the point where they weren't paying me enough, so I got a job at another restaurant, which, by the way, was the restaurant down the street from when I quit the Courtyard. Right. And I was there for about 4 or 5 years at that one, but I didn't dip on them during a shift, but I dipped on them regardless without notice because I needed to get over to Spats and start working there. And when I went in to collect my last paycheck, the scowls I got, and there was a lot of rough trade in that kitchen too, especially the ones that were prepping the ribs and stuff. These were rough dudes, man, and I was like, I had to walk back to the kitchen again, and then the kitchen manager, Zach, he comes out, he goes, "Get out, get out. I said, not till I got paper in my hands, you fag. Sorry. But anyway, this was 1985. I could say that then. But sure enough, he gave it to me and I was out the door. But yeah, man, those looks could freaking, those fucking, man, those looks could fucking freeze soup in a second, man, the looks I got.
I think my favorite, the most aesthetically pleasing resignation that I tendered, I was working for a Donnie Marie company right before I got on with the second largest school system in the country. And I was out working for them bastards. It was about 100 degrees out. And what I was doing around the house didn't require me to have long sleeves and all this other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But they had their guy down the road shadowing me, and I knew he was there. I'm not stupid. I can tell when I'm being watched like that. So I was like, fuck, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And he rolls up and goes, I'm going to have to write you up because you don't have your sleeves rolled down. I'm like, do you realize the material I'm using doesn't require that? Well, I don't care. It's company policy. I was like, well, I would think the label supersedes what you want. And I said, you can write it up. I'm not signing it because and this is my lesson for tonight, boys and girls. The unemployment agency of your state, almost every state, what they do is they're going to go to your boss when you file for unemployment, and they're going to ask for all the write-ups that they have made on you. Now, plausible deniability is your friend. If you put pen to paper in any way, shape, or form on that write-up, that means you've seen it and that you're aware of it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
but if they go, well, we've got 5 write-ups on you, all you got to say is, I never saw them. I have no idea. I haven't signed anything on what you're talking about.
Oh,
and the fact is, they can't prove that you read it. As long as you didn't sign it, they can't prove that you touched it or even know that it exists.
Mm-hmm.
So having dealt with the unemployment department of the state of Virginia and the state of Maryland, I can tell you that unless you signed it, if you don't sign it, those write-ups don't mean shit to the unemployment.
Yeah. That's why you never sign a write-up.
Never sign it. Plausible deniability is your friend. But so what happened is they wrote the road up. I told them I wasn't going to sign it. I told them right there in front of the customer's house. Got back to the office a couple days later, and I'd found out from the second largest school system of the country that they wanted me to come on as their pest control supervisor.
Mm-hmm.
Significantly more money and way better hours.
Right.
So I had my resignation typed up. I walked into the office. He goes, I need to speak to you upstairs. I'm like, okay. So he went upstairs. I sat across facing him. He was behind his desk. And he opens the drawer and grabs this write-up and says, I need you to take a look at this. I said, well, first, I need you to take a look at this. And I handed the resignation. He looks at it, and he takes his write-up and goes, I don't think I'll be needing this. And puts it back in the drawer.
Beautiful.
The inside, my brain was going, motherfucker!
Absolutely beautiful. Well, hey, we just heard one from the lovely and vivacious Candace Nordquist of the Pesterson podcast. She has a partner over there, Jenny Wilson, who is also she sent us the voice when she's driving back to Ohio after the end of a long and grueling week. Let's hear from Jenny.
All right.
Hello, my buddies from Tales from the Crawlspace. Hi, it is Jenny from Pesterton Podcast. Shameless plug here. I wanted to give an entry for this episode because I believe I gave an entry for the last Take This Job and Shove It. But updates, which most of you who know me already know. But for the last couple months, I have gone to work for Trio Pest Control. Yay! And I was with the Red Diamond. So I will not ever regret this decision and the growth that has come from it. And I will forever be indebted to Bill the Merciful, William the Merciful, for allowing me and providing this opportunity for me. So going from big box to privately owned,
what am I, chopped liver?
It's been amazing. It's night and day for me. I loved the management of my last big box, them as the persons they are, beautiful humans. But there's something about getting written up for driving scores and all these hoops you have to jump through with these companies instead of just providing good service. Like that's my favorite part of taking that job and shoving it is that I can focus on drumming up business organically in a way that is creative for me and focusing on that customer service. It's amazing. I don't have to worry about, oh man, on Tuesday I'm going to go and get written up for a driving score. No, it's amazing. I love it. So thank you, William the Merciful, for bringing me on. And anyone who is thinking about or has the same feelings that they would rather just focus on the service and their clients and less on all the other bullshit. If you enjoy that bullshit, by all means, because I know there's a lot of people that are into, like, it's almost like a real-time strategy game at times. I was a big StarCraft nerd back in the day, so I get it. If that's your thing, that is your thing. But it was not mine. And I took that job and I shoved it.
Shove it.
Make this job and shove it. Thank you. Thank you very much, Jenny. And as I had said in the past, or just before, what am I, chopped liver? You know, I'm a manager too, God damn it.
Well, what she said about being micromanaged with the driving scores and shit. First of all, we've talked about that on an episode about driving scores.
Hell yes, we have.
But it makes me think about a person out there, and this is going to be a vague shot, so I think you'll pick up on it. Agnostic Alice is out there with heavy turnover.
Yes.
And constantly thinks it's them. Look.
Oh yeah, it's always the employee. Yeah,
you're going to lose people here or there. You can be the best manager in the world, and you're going to lose somebody. Some people realize they don't like the work, realize they don't like working for somebody else, and that's fine. Yeah. But if you have constant turnover, you need to look inside and see what it is that's happening for people to be quitting like that. I mean, if you start putting body cameras on your techs and everything, I mean, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Wait. You mean somebody actually does something that petty and micromanaging?
Oh, yeah. Body cameras and watching.
Body cameras on the tech. Yeah. Because there's nothing worse than a manager that spends most of their time trying to catch their employees doing something wrong versus catching them doing something right.
Right.
I mean, there's a lot to be said about recognition and building your employees up, and you can't build them up just by throwing money at them. I'm sorry. No. Yes, money is awesome. Money makes the world go round. Cash is king. But that said, it's also got a lot to do with the atmosphere itself. I mean,
positive reinforcement.
Exactly. I had walked away, many, many years ago. I walked away from probably the best paying job I'd ever had, based on today's dollars, and to go do something different because the atmosphere was so toxic, horrific, demeaning, you name it. I mean, I'm sorry. It was not worth it. I did manage to keep groceries in my daughter's neck and a roof over her head. And so, I mean, there's something to be said about money versus atmosphere, attitude, culture, etc. And if you're going to have body cams put on you, if you're going to have tattle cams put in your vehicles and monitored constantly, that's not a place I'd want to work. Take that. You can take that job and shove it as deep as you can.
Well, it gets to the point where you're so fucking miserable that no matter how much you're getting paid, it really doesn't matter anymore.
Right.
You just for your own peace of mind and ability to sleep and feel like a human being, you got to get out. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, picking people apart gets you nowhere. You need to look inside. And I had a conversation with this person on a different social media app and said, look, you really need to look at yourself and find out why that's happening.
Exactly. Yeah. But I'm sure it fell on deaf ears.
Oh yeah, it did.
Yeah. Because to this day, it's still it's still the employees that are the problem, and not your leadership skill set.
Right.
But anyway, so God, I'm thirsty. What shall I drink from, Jack? Shall I drink from the already dated sheeple drinking from a Stanley tumbler? If y'all remember that bullshit from last year, do I drink from myself?
You should sip from the well that is Paula.
Ooh, you know what? Methinks I shall.
Yes, you should sip from the well that is Paula.
Yeah.
Let the sweetness dribble down your chin.
Boop, 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 boop. Ding, 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 ding. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. But and you know what? I have so many options, and I would not have those options if it were not for Tony Spangler of SpanglerArt.com, who provides me and blesses me with an abundance of tumblers from so many things. And I'll tell you what, these things are great. They've got a lot going for them. They have double insulated walls. I mean, my lighting's a little fucked tonight, but I'll back up a little. Yeah, look at that, double insulated walls. I'm telling you, man, I could put ice in this motherfucker, and the next afternoon I still got ice in this motherfucker.
Yes, you do.
I don't drink a whole lot of hot stuff out of there because it's dangerous because it stays so fucking hot, Jack.
I found that out today. Yep.
Oh man, you found that out a while back too because you were talking about pouring something. You drove a couple hours. You went. It was like it was like lava.
It's going to happen tomorrow morning because I'm
it was like
see JT tomorrow. So
it was like culinary napalm. But God, it stays hot. I mean, and these graphics though, you can't be beat. I mean,
gorgeous.
I mean, who could resist a face such as this? My beautiful, vivacious.
That's a nice face. So
that is a lovely face. Look at that.
But look at this section. Here we go.
Oh
look at
my
that,
God!
baby.
Yeah,
look at that.
Yeah. Russell's packing wood right now
with that phallic cigar, just turning all the men's on.
Hey,
the men's on.
Hey, it's like Freud said. Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. But it was not in this case. It was not in that instance. Though.
It's a penis.
It is sometimes there's a dick.
You're gonna take this dick.
Take this dick and shove it deeper. Oh my God! And of course, each one of these beautiful tumblers from SpanglerArt.com, featuring the one and only Tony Spangler, comes with, you guessed it, that's right, it's this motherfucker right here. This is the surgical steel urethral sounding rod,
medical grade.
Look at the edge. Look how it gleams. It's like a diamond ring. You can see like the diamonds.
Shine bright like a diamond.
The diamonds right. The diamonds right there, and it just glimmers and shimmers with fine precision tuning and sharpening and such. It will take care of any detritus and debris that you may have in your urethral canal. You'll be pissing like a 20-year-old in no time.
Champ. Like a
fucking champ, like a goddamn racehorse, Jack. And this is of course the basic model. It is straight. For those of you who still have straight penises, but they do offer a curved version for those of you that's got that little turn at Albuquerque.
A little hitch and you giddy up there.
Yeah, you got that left turn at Albuquerque you got to take. So, Tony's got you covered. I mean, this shit has it all. The beautiful graphics. I mean, look at the lettering on this. Yes, because
they pop.
Nation cheese bag. I was doing it backwards. The graphics pop, and if you can think it, he can make it. I mean, for that. For your medical issues, regarding your penis, there's only one place to go, guys.
If you got Peronis, reach for Tony. Steel urethral sounding rods.
Oh, man. Yes. So, Jack,
stuff, baby.
That is the good stuff, and that's a great jingle. Tell them where they can get one of their own.
Go to JT Story VO on Facebook. That stands for voiceovers. And you can contact JT there. He'll do jingles. He'll do intros, anything you want. He can get it done for you. JT Story VO on Facebook. And if you want to check out some of his original music, look up 6-Foot Stump on Apple Music, and you'll find him there. I think he's also on Spotify, I believe. But
Amazing
I know
stuff.
For sure, he's on Apple Music.
That's right. It's just like his old man. Anything for $1.
Damn. Hey, $20 is $20.
Turn it down. Same as downtown.
All right.
What you got, Jack?
Patrick Percy chimed in and said, finished emergency stops, medical equipment delivery, and pickup. Dropped the truck off and emailed the corporate office that they need to find a new driver. Text the owner 30 minutes before his shift and said I wouldn't be coming in. She asked when I'd return. I said never. So short and sweet.
Yes, when hell freezes over, that's when.
That's right. When you go fuck yourself, that's when I'll do it.
That's right.
Cody Huhn. I don't know if it's Hun or Hoon. Cody Hoon. Forgive me if I said it wrong. Hoo-ha.
Hoo-ha.
My manager threatened to fire me about a month before I went on paid parental leave, so I bit my tongue and went on 6 weeks paid leave. On the last day of my leave, I told them I wasn't coming back. Now, I don't know how your pay was structured, but I would have waited until I got that last paycheck right after leave before. But hey, that worked. Obviously it worked out for you, so good on you. Fuck that.
Not only a lawsuit waiting to happen there.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, ugh.
Mark Horton. I'm butchering names tonight, man. So y'all message me and spell it phonetically for me sometime. I walked in wearing shorts and flip flops. I said we need to talk. Told them my pay went down from $1,000 to $1,500 a week to $2,000 a month. I needed to make a change. My boss told me that I was making a big mistake, that I would never work at the biggest pest control business in Alabama. So I left. I was offered 2 jobs by the same company.
I love it. God, I love it.
Good on you. Good on you.
Man, this. I love that. I love this subject. I love it.
Yeah,
keep going. Keep bringing them, Jack. Come on. Come on.
Jared Thane Anthony says, when I worked at a company I'm not going to name, when I was 17, I stayed for 4 hours of my shift and then walked out on my break and didn't return. I guess he just wasn't feeling it. It happens.
Yeah.
You get there and go, fuck this, and leave.
Yeah.
So, fuck them.
Yeah. I don't think I've been that ballsy in the past, but man, that's great.
Scotty Miller said, smack the vice president across the face with a shovel. With a fucking shovel.
Your face was on fire. I had to do something.
Got to put it out somehow.
That's right.
Years later, he thanked me because they found a tumor in his brain that could have killed him. So, see, that was fate stepping in.
Wait. So he got smacked with the shovel so hard he needed medical attention. It's there's a tumor.
Whatever, you saved the guy's life. So I bet
he was doing the work of the Lord.
He was doing the work of the Lord.
The work of the Lord.
Craig Morton Jr. says, while clocked in, I went and did my drug test for another job. Got cleared 2 hours later, cleaned the truck out, and turned in the keys when the boss wasn't there.
And then went home and rolled a big old fucking joint and smoked it.
That's like the Irish goodbye. You just roll out. You don't tell nobody. You just go.
Yeah.
Irish goodbye.
I've had that done to me before.
Oh yeah. No.
But of course it was it was always the employee's fault.
Always.
Yeah, because atheist Alice. No. Or agnostic Alice.
Agnostic Alice. Craig Morton Jr., even though I didn't get to, I was planning on quitting this last one by driving into the yard, blaring the song 2 Minute Notice. Sadly, more bullshit came up before I intended to quit, and it became more abrupt. Shit happens.
Oh, God,
shit happens.
That's great. That's fucking great.
Patrick McAleer said, worst job I ever had was at McDonald's when I was in college. It was my last semester. I just needed beer money, so that's where I went. Got the job and did the first day orientation along with 5 other people on the same day as the interview. I knew then it was going to be a shit show if they were hiring 5 people at a time on the spot. Started the next day, lasted 3 weeks and half a shift when I told the manager that I was leaving. His response was, if you don't bring back your uniforms clean, you won't get your last check.
Clean.
I said, you can keep it, asshole. Took the shirt off in the parking lot and left it there. I drove by the next day and threw the rest of the shirts out of the window as I drove by.
No, they're talking about returning the uniforms clean. That's when you take your uniform shirt and you rub it between that space between your scrotum and
Right
your
in the
thigh.
grundle.
Right in the grundle. You know where all that viscous stuff starts to form after a hot day. The stuff that smells vaguely like Velveeta.
I'm glad I don't eat Velveeta because I wouldn't now.
That's right.
I wouldn't now.
Oh man, their shells and cheese rock my world. But that and then you put them right on the manager's desk right there, and because he is going to check. They are going to check to make sure they're clean. And how are they going to check? They're not going to examine, just look at them and look for stains. No, they're going to take them and bring them up to their face, and they're going to breathe deep the gathering gloom.
I'll do you one better.
Oh, yeah.
You do that, but then you rub some of that grundle shirt on the mouthpiece of their phone.
Ooh!
So when they answer, they got a
well, look, Jack. No, Jack. If you're going to be that close to the phone, don't bother with the clothes. Just take the receiver and grundle grind it right there.
Swass on it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, go in the front, then head on to the back and deal with that. And it's like set it right there and just say, there you are, sir. Sorry about that. French toast, no powdered sugar.
A little bit of swass all on it.
Yeah,
yummy.
That's right.
All right.
I love that scene in Road Trip where they did the French toast, no powdered sugar.
Oh.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeasty. Trenton Passmore said I was in my mid-20s and in the throes of lost with no direction or motivation and one inconvenience away from walking into the woods and never returning phase of my life.
Ooh,
bouncing
shit.
from one mind-numbing, monotonous, and soul-sucking temp job to another. First day at a new warehouse gig, folding boxes for dildos or some shit, I don't know. I walked in and the first thing I see is an employee getting berated. I worked 2 hours and drove away on my very first 15-minute break.
Yeah.
I guess when you walk in, you just know it's going to be a shit show. You just planning your exit.
Oh, well, hell yeah. Yeah. It's like you didn't have a paycheck before, then. You're not going to have one now. Just go. Just fucking, reset, start over, find something else. Yeah, absolutely.
My favorite saying is, I came here looking for a job, and I'll leave here looking for a job. That means nothing has changed.
Yeah.
Nothing has changed.
Yeah. It's kind of like when my boss was like, I said, man, I need a new chair. He's like, what's the matter? That and too bad. I said, look, my ass was fat when you hired me. Just fucking get me another chair. 2 days later, new chair.
Does this chair make my ass look fat?
No, that fucking Papa Murphy's pizza you ate beforehand. That's what's making your ass
Papa
look
Murphy's.
fat.
Papa Murphy's.
Oh yeah, take and bake.
Jesse Fraser said I was working at, I'm not going to name the company, and my truck kept breaking down, super late nights waiting on tow trucks and having to be at work for 4 a.m. After the umpteenth breakdown, I left the keys in the truck and hitchhiked home, called them the next day, and told them where the truck was and quit over the phone. This was before cell phones. Worst job I ever had. I'd just fucking leave it and roll out.
Yeah, pretty much.
They're going to hang you out to dry on a piece of shit, just bounce. I don't
Yeah. We're hearing a lot of good first day fuck this noise stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tell you, you haven't lived till you had one of those. Where you walk in, you're like, you ever see that little meme with that little baby that walks in from the hallway and sees something?
the ducks back out. Yeah, I've seen that.
That's kind of how I feel. Ooh, and he just comes like that.
Yeah. Damn. No shit.
Kyle Parker said I was working for a national company and got tired of it. I went out and found a new company, but told them I could start in about a month. I did that because the national company was going to send me on their annual cruise in a couple weeks. So you could say that I got a free cruise and then jump ship right after.
Fucking A.
I see what you did there, and I like
That's
it.
right. Yeah, I like it too. Yep. Absolutely. Good Lord. Man. Oh man. You got one from our buddy Scotty?
I do. Let me get that. I got it pulled up right here. I got it. And by the way, I got to hang out with Scotty Grove for anybody else to because I picked him up in Pennsylvania and we rolled into Indiana through the state of Ohio. And man, it was a great ride, man. Great conversation. He is a solid, fantastic.
Solid, rock solid. I finally got the pleasure of meeting him at Cheesestock. The man is salt of the earth. And Jack, Scotty, and I talk a lot, in our own little thing during the weekends and whatnot. The first thing, Scotty gets up on Saturday morning, and the first fucking message he sends us is, "What are y'all cooking this weekend?" And so, I have to go over to this big, I have to go, run down the menu for this weekend, for the weekend that I'm doing. But I love it, because that guy's head is in the exact same spot as I am, because weekends are made for smoking meats, grilling meats, cooking meats, eating meats, and drinking. And and projects and shit like that. So Scotty will send a video. He's always got a project on the weekends. He tells, he gives us great detail about his projects and stuff like that. And I love every fucking second of it, because I'm like, it's like I'm looking in a mirror, it's like, cause but he has the stones to actually put it out there in video form. Me, I'm just like, I just want to get this shit done, but Scotty, man, he tackles it head on and he lets us know about it. So Scotty, we love you. And it was great to meet you. And that's not the last time.
Dude, love me some Scotty Grill. He had to say, I had a tech that was working for me for 7 years. Being a small company, you really get to know each other. About year 6, this guy started showing signs of being a bit unhinged. He had a lot going on at home, which led him down a rough path. We started getting complaints from his customers about his on-the-job behavior, and I kept giving him second chances until one day he went too far and I had to let him go. So there we were, me at my desk, him in a chair on the other side. I broke the news that he wouldn't be working for us anymore, and he spun a bearing, started yelling that this was bullshit. I gave him specific instances and reasons why I made the decision, and of course he wouldn't own any of them. So I get to the part where I need his keys and his company-paid uniforms. He jumped up, slams his keys on the desk, and proceeded to take his uniform off, right down to his underwear. Then he stormed out of the office in nothing but his drawers and a T-shirt and said, "Never call me again." No problem, buddy. Like I said, he was unhinged. Dude got stripped down to his tighty-whities.
Tighty-whities.
His banana hammocks. He was around in his banana hammock.
Oh, man. Yeah. That's when I was working at the Scarlet Letter. Now, this didn't happen at my office, but it happened in the Kokomo office. Had a guy quit or get fired, and basically the last words he said as an employee of the Scarlet Letter was, "You know what? Fuck you." And the manager was like, "We need your uniforms. We kind of need those." And he's like, "You'll get them." And then the next day, the manager comes walking in, and he looks up on the roof, and they're all fucking hanging off the roof. And he sends me a picture, and he goes, "Brad, you won't believe this." I said, "Who's that?" And he told me who it was. I said, "Yeah, I actually do believe that." I knew he was a fucking nutcase when you hired him. It's like, yeah, it's like I told you, don't hire him, but here you are, fucking hiring him. So yeah,
now you see what we got here.
That's right. So you know what, buddy, grab a ladder and get those fucking clothes down.
I had a submission over Facebook Messenger from Mr. Aaron Jackson. It's a good one. It's a little lengthy. It's good. So back in 2023, I was the director of operations for a huge mom and pop company in Tampa, Florida. We only serviced apartment complexes. Everything was running smooth, and we were making a ton of money as a company, not as employees. We all got new work trucks, a new office building. I had no control over pay to our techs. Me and the head of the wildlife department sat down with the owners to discuss pay raises for the guys. We got them to agree to $2,000 plus commission a month. I was only 3%. We had a great team, and I was always losing guys over pay versus workload. While the owners are flexing their new personal trucks and their new in-ground pools, we had techs on the verge of eviction that were living on properties that we serviced. When I was promoted from training manager to director of operations, I never stopped running a route, and I handled mostly all the new customers and service calls just so I would know if the technicians would need help on the properties or what was going on. I appointed my old route to one of my best guys because I knew he would take care of my clients.
Right.
He quit because he couldn't afford food or his rent, and I lost my shit on the owners. They told me the technicians get paid enough, and if they want to bitch and complain about pay, I can just fire them and hire cheaper guys. What the fuck?
Wow.
I called him a fat old ogre pussy.
Ogre pussy.
Ogre
Ooh.
pussy.
I don't know, man. Fiona looks like she's got it going. I'm not sorry. No, go ahead.
And then he was a worthless piece of shit who all he did treat us like slaves, and then he said he would beat my ass, and I told him to fucking try.
Yeah.
Then he said, "You're really going to leave me high and dry? We need you." I don't know how to do all this. I dropped my truck off that night and told him to kiss my ass. They held a meeting the next morning, and 6 of the employees walked out that day. And then a week later, 3 more did, saying they didn't want to work without me being the head of one of them being the head of wildlife, who's one of the people that quit, which will always be my brother for life, no matter how far apart we live now.
Egads.
That's a great story. That's an epic
That's
story.
a hell of a good story. I love stories where when somebody quits a whole bunch, it sets off a chain reaction.
I have a quitting story like that, but I wish a boss would tell me he was going to kick my ass.
Oh yeah.
I
Ooh,
wish.
that yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
would love to throw
It
hands.
is so on when that happens.
Oh,
You know,
man.
it is so fucking on.
You going to threaten me with a good time? Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah. Last time I quit a job, I gave my notice. They honored the notice. I worked out the whole 2 weeks. Well, I worked out the 1 week, 4 days, and
Right.
5-6 hours. Then I decided I'm going to leave early. You know what they did? They fucking cut my pay that much time. And that's fine. They can eat a dick. But the day after I gave my notice, the salesman quit. After I left, 2 other technicians quit, and the office person quit. And yeah, they were fucked for a while. They got over it, but still, you can't walk out of a job like that and think, well, the whole fucking walls are going to crumble, because it's not. At the end of the day, it's a business. They're going to figure out a way to survive.
Oh, sure.
It's going to take a minute, and it's going to hurt. So, and then that's what they remember. And that's when they suddenly start missing you. It's like, oh, Brad, we miss you.
Right. Because you don't like going out and doing it yourself, motherfucker.
Yeah,
That's right.
I get all that, but in all honesty, there are many, many people in that company that I really do miss. What I don't miss is the structure, the culture, the bullshit, the micromanaging, we trust you, and then they don't trust you, type stuff. It's I don't miss the human mistakes that they make, but then when you make a human mistake, they're all up in your ass. I don't miss. Exactly. I don't miss the lack of acceptance of forward thinking. There's just tons of shit, So every single story that we have heard tonight, I feel like I've been a part of in some small way throughout my entire career. I get it, I respect it, and you guys are awesome. So yeah, it's like I don't feel so alone anymore, man.
I got to tell you, prorated salaries are bullshit. Now, if you miss 2/3 of your pay period, I can see where there may be a little bit of an issue. But if you got 2 hours for a doctor visit, but they'll work you 12 hours a day, because the Big Green Tea was famous for this shit. I was a service manager for the Big Green Tea. I was working 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, but I took 2 hours off for a doctor visit, and they docked me for that?
Dude, when I was working at the Big Green Tea, I was on as manager, I was on a flat ass salary. But when I would take time off for a medical visit, or get my kid out of trouble at school or what have you, that I never got docked. I never took sick days. I never got docked or anything like that. They just paid me my straight salary. And you know why? Because it was easier that way. It was easier just to go ahead and give me my salary. Don't worry about taking, deducting that day and shit, because, I was going to use it up in PTO anyway, and it's just more paperwork. So just give him his fucking salary. So that was back when, the Big Green Tea was actually quasi decent, so to speak. But they don't do that shit anymore, because they've gotten caught doing, too many other nasty things.
Fucking with people's pay. Yep.
Yeah. So, Jack, you got any more?
I've got several more.
Oh yeah, you want to do a part 2 sometime?
Yeah, we can do a part 2. We'll actually put the fishing line out to see if we can get some more stories out of it when we do a part 2.
Yeah.
But so yeah, we'll hold on to these for the next time around. We're not intentionally excluding anybody. We got your stories here.
We love you. Trust me, your stories will be heard on
Yes,
Tales
they
from the
will.
Crawl Space.
They will.
So next week we're still trying to get Jameson Gatewood pinned down from Pest Tech USA. We do owe him an episode, and because things just kind of exploded before we went on hiatus technically, so we weren't able to do it. But Jason, we haven't forgotten about you, Jameson. We haven't forgotten. We just forgotten what your name is, but
Jameson Gatewood.
Jameson Gatewood. We haven't forgotten about you, and But I wanted to get one more quick thing out, and it is that I want to celebrate the return of the Pest Control Humor Depot Glove Up You Cheese Bags magnet.
Magnets,
And
that's right.
So yeah, absolutely, they are back, and these things are precisionally made. They're a nice thick vinyl veneer over a high quality magnet that will stick to most any metallic surfaces that will accept a magnet. Aluminum is not included.
High quality.
High quality. And the really good part about these is if you got one of those cheap ass Maverick tailgates, you can just put a little bit of contact cement on there, put it on there, and it ain't going anywhere. It survives car washes. It survives the elements. It survives, being pelted by rocks and garbage by small children. The PCHD magnet, I'm telling you, be somebody. And if you can't be somebody, be a cheese bag and buy a goddamn magnet. Okay,
Damn right.
These things are $6 each, and you get it's worth every penny. All you got to do is get on my Venmo or my Cash App. My Venmo is at BH1964. And my Cash App is $cheesebag420. And include your mailing address, and I'll get one of these sent out to you. They are, I did a run of 100, and they're pretty much flying off. So act quick, and you can have them in your hands. Buy some for your other employees if you're a boss, if you're a manager here. They really dig it, and you'll get them in time to pass them out during the holidays. And I'm telling you what, man, this fucking beats a pizza party, hands down.
Oh, hell yeah.
So that's Venmo at BH1964 or Cash App $cheesebag420.
Nice. Very nice. Now, if we can't get Jameson next week, which I'd like to, but if we can't, we're getting close to Halloween. Should we do should we try to get hotel stories about another Hotel of Horrors?
Hotel of Horrors. Yes, let's.
All right.
We could do Hotel of Horrors. We could also, let's just do horrors in general. You got a Hotel of Horrors. I know of a technician that swears that they were in a haunted house yesterday.
I saw that.
Yeah, so we might, I'm sure they would like to talk about that a little bit more. So what do you say, Jack? We could do haunted hotels, haunted buildings, warehouses, anything like that. Have we done that before?
To a lesser extent last Halloween for just spooky stories.
You know what, though? We've done Take This Job and Shove It before, so let's do another one.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm all for it. Totally all for it. So,
okay.
About horrors, hauntings, and things like that ended up being creepy, spooky, and scary on the job.
Creepy, spooky, it's Tales of the Macabre.
Tales of the Crawl Space.
The Crawl Space. God damn it, Jack! It's good to be back.
Hell yeah, back in the saddle, man.
Right?
Good shit.
Absolutely, man. So, I'm glad to be with you, and we're going to be with you again next week.
Hell yeah! So I'll tell you what, for Brad, myself, Tony Spangler of SpanglerArt.com, Pestrogen Podcast. We love those girls. Great fucking show. Check them out if you haven't checked them out yet. If you're a lady in the pest control industry or know a lady in the pest control industry, point them in that direction. You won't regret it. But
Pest Control Humor Depot, my favorite group.
Yes, and of which our esteemed co-host here is the overlord and overseer of Pest Control Humor Depot. So we want to wish you happy welcome back to us and bug the fuck off.
Bug off.
Y'all come back now. You hear?
Oh, thanks for listening to Tales from the Crawl Space podcast. Jack and Brad will be back next week with another great episode. TFTC can be found on almost every podcast provider available, and you can also find us on TikTok at TFTC 2.0, Instagram at TFTC Podcast, Facebook at the Pest Control Humor Depot Group, and our website, www.tftc.wtf. Don't forget to subscribe and share. See you soon.